Okay, hello, hello. Hello, people. Hello, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Happy Hump Day. Happy Cinco de Mayo, I guess. Although I don't celebrate it, and certainly nobody back home for me does. Yo, Terrence, what's up? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 5 months. I saw it. One Druckman, thanks for the 9 months. Thank you so much. 9 months, a JD Tiger. Shrimp or simp do you mean? I'm sure you mean the other. Let's see. Starla looks clean. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Sifo, I hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry that you don't feel great about keyboards. 265 red, let's go. Is it though? Tree Leaf, hello. Yoni, hello, hello. Let's see. King Friday, corn. Is it? ASAP Curry, hello, hello. Gateron, hello. 10 peaches, I have 10k rewards, I can do the thing today. Pork, hi 60, I 60 think, 60 you, 60 should, 60 build, 60 to 60, 60, which 60? Nine Walker, hello. Jokobo, hey. CA Beggar, he burned the RGB chip again? No, I swear the RGB works. I swear the RGB works. Look at this RGB. The RGB is working. Look, RGB works. RGB is working. Oh, I saw a notification, then I saw you said we saw nothing. Where are you hiding? Oh, so I accidentally pressed enter after the ping tag, and basically people just saw like, instead of like let's, it said like let, and then there was no link to the stream or anything on the notifications. I had to like edit. That was my bad. I trigger finger entered. Functioning unicorn vomit. Good evening, Oxy. Hi. Hello, Tree Leaf. Hi. Sad Humpty Dance Day? Yeah. I posted in general chat. Oh, you did? What do you put in general chat? You put the link? Oh, I see. I should have oh. Let's. Oops. Sorry. Yeah. So today, what are we building today? Today we're actually gonna be doing a personal build, I think. Because I haven't gotten around to lubing all the switches for some other client builds. So I still need to do that. I'm here for the 40% build. Alright. Well, here's the box in question. There are exactly 2 keyboards in that box. And we're going to be choosing what keyboard to build. The question is, what do we build? So we're going to do a poll where basically there's 2 options. What do I build today? 60% keyboard, not a 60% keyboard, technically. Alright, I'm gonna open that for 3 minutes. I think it's more than enough. And I'm actually gonna let people waste their channel points. So, if you want to do that, you can go ahead. What's a yachts? A yachts is a year of the 60. So this is something that people have been saying because there are a lot of 60% this year. At least I would say notoriously more frequently than in previous years, I would say. Yeah. So does someone want to So I have something to tell. I was supposed to so here I have some. This is agua de horchata. This is horchata. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's horchata. I got the big one today. But basically I was supposed to meet someone you know in the keyboard community, but they were unavailable today, unfortunately. Some plans changed, so I think I might see them either probably this weekend. We'll see. I was supposed to see Mr. Dumpy himself, Mr. Ramen Champ, Pock Champion, but he was busy today. So we'll see him. I'll see him some other time, and we were supposed to grab some tacos, but I still craved the tacos, and so I still went to get some, and got some horchata on the way. So yeah, that's why I have that. Wow, we have, look at the number of votes. It's obviously rigged as fuck. 136 votes for 60% and 92 votes for not a 60%. Obviously it's rigged, because when I do a poll in this chat, there's maybe like 30 voters at most. So yeah, horchata 5 de mayo, yeah, so good. Who's spending points to vote? Yeah, we'll see who we can shame after this, because it normally shows you the people who like spent the most points at the end. It's gonna be fun. Let's see, just rebuild the salvation again. I could do that. I could do that. That's an option. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna skip on rebuilding the salvation right now. I think there's quite a lot of examples of salvation out there, and I've also been meaning to build these keyboards. So it's better than a year of the corner blocker gasket mount 65. Absolutely. I want to say for a JD hug, it's a good cause. As good as a cause as the Nono Deduct bundle is. If you don't know about Nono Deduct bundle, do exclamation Nono, and you'll learn more. Have a keyboard poll? It's in the it's up there in the chat. Unless you're in, does it not show on mobile? Oh, Mr. Pork or Miss Pork, I'm not sure. Well, they contributed 5,900 channel points towards a 60%. So we're gonna be building a 60% today. Big 60 added again. If you get to keep the quart-sized deli container with the large horchata, that's a real bargain. I mean, I do. I can put like soup in it or something. I spent like 4K. Oh my god, y'all crazy. All right, let's take out the 60% then. I'm not gonna show you what the other one is. Actually, I will. How about I show you what the other one is, so you can miss out on it. So the other keyboard that we were gonna build, I was gonna put the switches and all that aside for now. But the other keyboard that we were gonna build is right here. Can you guess what it is? Watch it be another 60. Technically a 60. I guess so, yeah. Watch it be a frog? It's not a frog. I did not get a frog though. It's actually quite light. I can throw it. I can toss it in the air with no problem. It is indeed an Alice layout board. Cha-chan! It's a polycarb Nunu. It is technically a 60 though, but I said not a 60 keyboard, not a 60% keyboard, at least in the traditional sense. But it's an ice cold Nunu. It's very light. This is so light. This is probably lighter than some of the OEM boards I have. But yeah, this is, I do consider Alice basically a 60% though, because basically you, like, despite this corner, you still basically use the arrow keys through the function layer. And like, it's not like these function as arrow keys, like the 65%. So I kind of don't consider Alice a 65% rather than the 60. The weight is pretty small, it's pretty tiny, yeah. It's pretty much an accent rather than a weight. But, I mean, I basically said not a 60% keyboard, at least in the traditional sense. Just because, you know, I figured that some people might, you know, complain about that distinction. So I just kind of said, you know, basically not the 60% you normally think of. So that's what I did. You get in on the new one? No, I didn't. What new one? New what? Nuno? If there was one, no. I did not. Sorry, hold up. I have a candle here I need to blow out. I just ate tacos. Kind of smelled like tacos in here. How does one get a Nunu? You purchase it. In my case, I participated in a small buy. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and update the title of the stream shortly. All right, so the board we're gonna be building today is indeed the Vulcan Pro. We already built it before. We built it for somebody else actually. We built it for Mr. Zondat, who was in chat last time. But we are going to be building the Vulcan Pro again. This time with my own switches, with my own plate and PCB. So that's what we'll be doing. For those who don't know what Vulcan Pro is, it's a 60% keyboard with 2 O-rings to sandwich the plate basically in between. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's all I need to say. It has a thicker gasket and a thinner gasket that basically go into the case. And there's a daughterboard cable for the PCB. And the rest is like, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Excuse me, self-explanatory. Aluminum plate here, and we have this PCB with these large and long flex cuts. I believe the PCB was done by Mr. AI03. As you can see, there is no LED support at all. And this particular PCB is also full backspace only. Anyway, so we're gonna be, it's a fixed layout as you can see. It's fixed 7U, fixed full backspace, fixed step caps lock, fixed ANSI enter, fixed split shift. So the perfect 60% layout, I would say. But here we go. Let's do this. Let me see what I missed out on in chat. I just realized I already photos, lol. Let me go take those. Okay, no worries, Ryan. But do let me know. Thank you. What keycaps will go on this? That's a good question. I don't know yet. I don't know what keycaps we'll put on this yet. I heard there's a pain to build. It's not a pain to build per se. It can be a pain to put together if you don't know how to. We did it one time, but I kind of need to look at the guide or whatever before. I mean, again, because it's just been a while. Noxary Vulcan Pro build stream. Let's update that title. Done. And let me update the command for the build. So let's go over to the build command and update that. So today we're gonna be building a Vulcan Pro by Noxary. It's going to be built with Gateron Ink Red switches. These are 62 triboses, no, 205. Lube with Krytox 205 grade 0, 62 gram springs, and TX films. And they'll be mounted onto a full aluminum plate. Alright, there we go. Have you heard how much these are going for? Not too many. No, not in detail, no. Wait, did Tomu make that plate? Yes, Mr. Tomu made this plate, yes. You can see Mr. Tomu's logo here. Yeah. The PCB is also full backspace support, as you can see. So I had to basically get a second set of PCB and plate, because the default PCB and plate that comes is also split backspace. But I decided not to use split backspace this time. I just kind of didn't feel like doing split backspace this time. I have other boards with split backspace. I just kind of I figured I would like the sound with regular backspace on this one, so that's why I went with that. All right. What do I need to do? I guess I just need to assemble this. We can worry about the assembly of this keyboard later on, but let me just show you. This is the red that it is. It's a nice deep red. It's not a very dark red. It's not. I would not say this is burgundy. This is actually just a very vivid, but vivid and like a deeply colored red. I would not say this is burgundy though. This is not dark. It's just like, it's just not like a orange toned red. Yeah. Okay, I need stabs. Do we use clip-ins? We can use clip-ins, yeah. Let's use clip-ins. Alright, so it looks a bit lighter than the Ogre Red. Yeah, the Ogre Red is definitely like a very intentionally like darker red. So actually the plate doesn't match the case. The plate is more like a burgundy compared to the case. I think that's because Mr. Tomu did this, and so it's kind of more like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's more like a. What am I trying to say? I'm like losing my words. It's more like the color of the red Nunus, I guess. Or was that a red Nunu, like aluminum Nunu? I actually don't remember. But yeah, anyway. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot of cherry stabs. Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot of cherry stabs. How to make cherry stabs sound good? My only has a ticking sound is by using enough dielectric grease. To be frank with you, you do need just more lube, I suppose. Like, you kind of do need to like use a bit like a decent amount of lube for it. And secondly, like, are these the little bent wires? I don't remember if these wires were all bent and shit. They kind of are not great though, actually. We'll see. I'm gonna assemble these and see how it goes. Actually, I'm gonna test assemble these right now, because I remember these being kind of iffy. These wires. We'll see though. I should have some spare wires anyway, but you never know. You never know. Might have gotten bogus wires this time. Oops, my bad. That's the wrong orientation. But yeah, you do need like a decent amount of lube. Okay, it doesn't seem to bind right now, but last time I remember it was kind of have a bit of friction to it, and that was kind of annoying. Oops, maybe that's why. Man, this stackle is not great, but whatever. I think it'll hold fine. I think it should be okay. Barely, maybe? We'll see though. Oh, it does seem to rub a little though. This wire is not great. It's not great. Also, we'll see. I forgot to tell you I got a first gen 89U. Ooh, very nice, Ryan. Congrats, dude. I think my Trinity XT comes in today. Oh, that's exciting. I want to see if I can do something about this wire. Is it worth doing this? Probably not. It's a waste of my time. I think I'm just gonna, I have a lot of other wires, so I'm just gonna use a different ones. Slightly different ones. I think these wires are kind of bad. I guess this is where the benefit of having a lot of stabs comes in. Is that you just have a lot of material to work with. Where did I put those? Cherry picking stab wires? I mean, hey, whatever makes it work, right? Whatever makes it work. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Let me get something really quick. Let me get something. Found it. I knew I had a stash of wires somewhere from like a previous big purchase I did. That's some crazy foresight naming their company Cherry. True. Alright, there. Alrighty. I think these should be fine now. Cherry wire sucks? Yeah. Can't say cherry stabs are great, per se. But sometimes we just have to use them, so it's okay. I can make do with it. It's not too bad. Well, let me see. Let me ask. I mean, let me see. So yeah, 11 and 11 though. You just definitely need more lube. Like in general, like the application of lube needs to be fairly consistent if you want like your stabs to sound okay. I definitely think it's a bit of technique, a bit of practice, and a bit of like consistency / experimentation. It's like sometimes you also can have like a bad combination of parts, which sucks. But all in all, you want to have some spares around sometimes. Yeah, just because of that kind of inconsistency. I guess it sucks that it's 2021, right? It's like it's year 2021 and we still have like shitty parts when it comes to like stabs, especially. Yeah, so at least the good thing about cherry stabs is that if you did buy like a bit more in bulk, it's actually very cheap. But yeah, I mean the real question is like, who really does that, right? It's like people don't really buy in bulk. I do because I happen to build a lot of keyboards for people and for myself and whatnot. But in general, like, you don't really have a reason to buy a lot. It's not a bad idea if you maybe like want to split with friends and stuff. So that's almost like a stab group buy per se. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Dennis, this is on that make special full backspace PCBs after the group buy. It was kind of like during the group buy, but it was like after, like in the sense that like it was not the default kit. The default kit had to come with a split backspace, and the full backspace stuff was like an optional thing if you wanted to opt in, basically. Yeah. Let's see. Do you think GMK Space Cadet would be a good pairing with the Grey Salvation? Absolutely, yes. I think so. Last O-ring keyboard I built ended up borrowing wires from Duroc stabs to use with the Cherry clip-ins. I see. Did that work fine? Using Duroc wires in Cherry? I feel like Duroc and Cherry actually have a different tolerance. So I'm actually not sure if that would work. Did that work okay? I thought either Zeal or Duroc, I forget which ones, but some of the wires were thinner than Cherry wires that I've seen. Like by very little, but they're definitely thinner, so they're kind of like more rattly overall. Clipping legs, remember when this was part of every keyboard stream? I mean, this is part of every keyboard stream for me because I am a lazy fuck. And I don't pre-lube my stabs. I kind of just do it on the spot because I just don't have any other option. I'm just too lazy to do it beforehand. And also like a lot of people come in to stream asking questions like similar to earlier, like someone will ask like, oh, how do you like lube your stabs? Like how do you make your stabs sound the way they do or whatever? And I think just doing it repetitively over and over again and showing and kind of like just having that on screen actually helps. At least maybe like you'll gain some insight from watching. Hopefully you can ask specific questions, but it's like I don't know what to say other than watch me do it. And if it's the result you think you'll like, then try to repeat after myself. You know, try to repeat the same thing I did. And if that doesn't work, then you know, maybe it's just a matter of practice or, yeah, it's a matter of time probably. WinKey and WinKeyless 60% look better with full backspace. I mean, yeah, I think putting a full backspace on an HHKB layout 60% is a sacrilege. Like that's sacrilegious. Like that, you should not be doing that. If you do that, you probably like to watch the world burn. You know, it's no good. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Full backspace on the HHKB, that's just no good. No bueno. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how like for example, like Duroc stabs kind of have become the default, and yeah, I mean Zeal stabs are too expensive, and then like there are EPVT stabs which are basically copies of Zeal stabs, and I believe those are the ones who might have become Duroc. I actually don't know if it's like a rebranded product, but I mean they're essentially the same, so yeah, I do know Duroc is slightly different maybe, but like the difference is not huge. And also like Duroc V2s, like the V2 stabs, they're way better because they prevent like the wire popping and whatnot, which is one of the issues that, for example, Zeal stabs would have, depending on like the tolerance of the parts coming together. So yeah, Duroc's like the default now. I think cherry stabs are still okay to use, but definitely a bit more finicky. And I would say that some people kind of still have a bit of a stigma against them because of the whole like screw in like retooling or whatever, or like revising debacle, where basically the tolerances for the stab wires is a bit tighter, and so it's basically a bit more difficult to get the stab tuning right. It's still possible actually. Like it doesn't ruin every single stab out there, but basically it just means that you need to be a lot more like aware of what's going on, and like that you might actually have the possibility of having to replace the stab because like the wire doesn't fit the housings too well. Specifically, like it rubs, or like the wire isn't bent correctly, or the opening for the housing is just too narrow for it, so there's just like very little wiggle room. Yeah, Durock wires worked fine in cherry clip-ins. Okay, cool. Bought a desoldering gun since my Durock stabs kept popping out. Well, the good thing, Elvin11, is that buying a desoldering gun is probably one of the best expenses you'll ever have made during your time in the keyboard hobby. I have no doubt about this, that it's probably one of the best things you can buy ever while you're in keyboards. It makes your life so much easier, it saves you a ton of time, and honestly, it's not even that hard to maintain. It can last you years and years and years if you know how to maintain it. Like, you should still do regular cleanups for that, and like just make sure you're not running it too hot or like messing around with it too much. But yeah, these Hako, for example, like the Hako guns, like they last forever if you really take care of them. And all the parts are replaceable. You know that you can replace even the PCB inside of these Hako desoldering guns? Every part in the Hako products are made to be replaceable. Like, you can actually open every single thing up and replace every single part inside, which is pretty cool. Yo, Eric, that Stellar 65 is looking stellar. Hey, let's go. Thank you though. Hope you're doing well yourself. Anyway, let's see. Recently bought screw-in cherries. They're fine. Issues with retooling might be overblown. I do think it's a bit overblown. Again, I do think it's more so of a bit of a trial and error and a bit of a lottery situation where like you might get just poor tolerance, fitment, etc. Like those kinds of issues for stabs. But it certainly does not happen to every single stabilizer. But there's no denying the fact that Cherry did indeed like revise their design slightly, and it's definitely true that after a certain point, after they did that, the opening for where this, like, you know, this opening here where the wire goes in is narrower than it was in previous iterations of the product. And for them, it's not considered a version. It's almost like maybe they thought it was like they're revising it for manufacturing purposes. So they don't consider it a flaw. They consider it just, it's still the same design for them. It makes no difference for them. But they're not gonna revert it because they probably changed it for a reason, right? Like maybe it's cheaper to do it that way. Who knows? Saves you a few pennies here and there. Saves you quite a lot of dollars in large quantities. So yeah, who knows? V1 stabs pop on me quite a bit. Yeah, V1 stabs both for Zeal and for Durock stabs can pop. Like, I've definitely had them pop before, so definitely something to be concerned about, but you can most definitely avoid it. Like, it's actually a fully avoidable problem, popping wires, if you're careful with how you take your caps off. Even if the PBT cap is really tight, let's say, it's still possible to remove it carefully. It just takes a lot of like wiggling and kind of like finagling around with the keys. I mean, it's obviously not great, but it's preventable still. Tight caps, yeah. Are you saying if I don't have anything to solder with right now, I should buck up and get a Hako? I'm here with the toxicity for the evening. What kind of toxicity do you bring, Avo? But I mean, I personally will vouch for Hako products, Avo, because honestly, I've been using my Hako soldering iron for the past basically the whole time, so like 4 years almost, and it's been working like a wonder still. Like, it still works perfectly well. I have not replaced the tip. Actually, well, I replaced the default tip for a chisel iron tip and have not had any issues, actually. Not burnt it, it hasn't caved in or anything. Like, it hasn't, like, you know, like, so cheap iron tips, especially like on irons that like run really hot and stuff, they like will degrade because the iron will, I mean, the tip will basically like eat on itself from the heat. But this Hako iron has been, yeah, it's been lasting a while. Same with desoldering guns. I had a FR300 for like 2.5 years, and then I recently replaced it for the 301 or whatever, because I just happened to want to upgrade and had had the reason to. But yeah, it's also like was working fine even after I was replacing it for the upgraded version. I actually like sold it for cheap to a friend of mine. But you know, all these Hako products have been working like amazingly well. People have been telling me like, oh, do you use the TS880 or the TS100 soldering iron that some other people, like, you know, I think Nathan uses it, I think maybe Max, I don't know who else uses it. A few other people do basically though. But honestly, I much prefer the Hako just because it heats up more quickly. It's I actually just I like the way it like the station looks, and like the station is like the TS, like you kind of have to like have this like stand for it, or like it has like this like wire thingy for it to like sit on your desk, but it just seems like a bit flimsy slash dangerous in the sense that like if you're not careful enough you could burn something. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have like a wireless it's nice to have like a wireless capability for it, like it's battery powered and all that too, or you can even use like a USB cable for it. That's kind of nice for sure. The TS100 and stuff, like, they're nice irons too, but I think I haven't looked back since the Hako, and so for me, I personally just don't really have I don't really have like a specific want or desire for the TS irons anymore. Get a huge keycap remover that can remove spacebars in one go. It's actually, I would say that removing keycaps in one go like that is more likely to cause the spacebar, I mean like the wire to pop, the stabilizer wire to pop, than when you just do it carefully on one side and then the next, or even simultaneously, but like using your hands to be careful, for example. But removing like tight keycaps is, you can do it with your hands even. I actually had a video to like a short video thing on how to do that. But basically, it's like you just use your fingers to do so, to like act as a leverage, and like you basically try to prevent off-axis movements so that you're not gonna pop the wire. Can't test that the TS100 heats up within 5 seconds, but I did have to 3D print a stand that isn't nearly as nice as the Hako. Yeah. I think the TS stuff has like, I think the TS80 was the one that heated up a bit slowly. But yeah, the TS100, if that heats up in 5 seconds, that's pretty good. I think that's about the same as a Hako, actually. But yeah, I mean, yeah, pros and cons, I would say. I think both are excellent. I actually don't know what the price is like for the TS100 anymore, so if the price is comparable, then yeah, I think getting either is not a bad idea. I mostly recommend like either the cheap Weller ones if you're just looking for a budget-friendly iron. Like there's much cheaper irons that still go for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks at most, and have temperature control. They last a while. Like I've seen some irons out there like last like decades, you know, like a decade or longer or whatever. And they're like those old like Weller analog ones, and they still work really well. They're like workhorses. But those are like very cheap too. They're like $25 to $40 at most. But yeah, with soldering irons, if you know you're using it a lot long term, then Hako is a good choice. But if it's just like 1, 2 and done, then perhaps look for budget options. Yeah, exactly. Having to replace a PCB from a bad iron is almost as expensive as just getting the Hako. Yeah, that's how I feel about tool upgrades in general. I would rather spend more on one tool that just works, I know will work even though it's expensive, than risk getting a cheaper tool only for it to break or break something else in the process, and that costing me more than the initial expense that I would have done if I had just bought the more expensive tool, or like the more expensive or like more high quality / proven tool. Because that does happen. Like you kind of like cheap out on things, and then you realize that you might as well just have invested a bit more in the right thing. Buy once, cry once. Yeah, there we go. I like TS because I can put it in the drawer after. Yeah, so that's actually good. I actually do agree with the TS being such a nice thing to just be able to like chuck it in a drawer or something. I personally just have my iron on my desk all the time now, so it's like I don't care for the portability as much anymore. There was a point where I used to kind of like clean my desk up and put the wire in the right place, like on a shelf or like on, or like in a drawer or whatever, or like in the box. I can't do that anymore. It's just like not worth it. Like the time I spend doing that is like a waste consider that I have to use it soon after anyway. But yeah, if I were a more casual builder, I think I would be able to just do that, and I would probably prefer the TS for that. That particular case. So for those wondering how I'm lubing my stabs, I almost always nowadays, when I'm lubing with 205 on the wire, I put like a kind of like a larger blob at the tip of the wire, specifically closer to the tip and closer to the top side, that the part that will face towards upwards on the stem. That is because the ticking noise normally happens right there, right where the tip of the wire is touching the plastic inside of the stabilizer insert. It's that sloped area right there inside that it normally ticks against. So when your lube displaces from that position out, like out into like the other parts of that like tunnel, right? That's when ticking can start. If you don't have enough lube, basically it displaces more easily, or it just thins out from that part, and so that's why you hear the ticking pretty soon. That's why I put a little bead sort of to kind of like add a bit of surface tension and like adhesion into like in between like the, I suppose, like whatever molecules or chemical binders that like is in the lube, right? And just basically kind of like let it sit there, and then even as you use it, it will be less likely for you to experience that kind of ticking noise. So the two main points I would say that you should always address when lubing a stab is the tip of the wire there, right? So again, as I said, at the top part of the wire where it faces upward, and then at the very tip of like the circular cross section, and then towards the L bend also, sometimes there's a bit of tolerance issues between parts. The L bend section sometimes can be a bit loose on the wire, and therefore that slight bit of movement can cause ticking, or at least like shuffling, and so also can cause displacement of the lube to different places, and therefore thinning out the places where it should be, and therefore ticking would start. Yeah. Do you exclusively use 205 for stabs? Yeah, I do. I at the moment I do. I've used XHT BDZ, and I still do have XHT BDZ here in my toolbox right here. And I've used it successfully as well. It works well too. It actually adheres better than 205 as far as the like on the wire, especially. Like I actually would only use it for the wire, right? You don't use it for the housing. But one thing I kind of at least concluded from my usage of it was that it can be a little messy if you're not careful. It definitely does not mix well with any other substance, so you should not put it, like you should not apply it in places where like it's gonna contact other things like 205 or like other lubes or like whatever. And then finally, it's that it is a bit expensive, and I have a lot of 205 already, so might as well just use what I have. Yeah, so I still use 205 because I haven't had issues with 205. As in, there might be some ticking, but it's addressable. You can actually apply more lube. You know, you can use a syringe, you can use a brush, and apply more lube from the back part of the stab, and you know, fix some of the problem at least temporarily. It's not going to be permanent. I don't think any stab is ever actually going to be a permanent fix. I mean, maybe like those holy mods or the Epsi mod or whatever that is. I think that kind of stuff maybe actually helps in a more permanent, as a more permanent solution. I personally can't bother. I'll be honest with you guys. I can't bother with it because I've owned some boards that I've lubed with 205 for the stabs, and they've been doing fine. Like the stabs have actually been doing fine for a long enough time. So I kind of feel like by the point something happens to the stabs, I'll just decide to rebuild it, and I'll have the patience to rebuild it rather than feel like I need a permanent fix for it. So, and like the holy mods or the Epsi mods or the Epsi mod or whatever, like all that is, it requires you to meticulously put this like piece of like filler basically inside of the stabilizer housing. I mean, instead of stabilizer insert, that for me it's just a pain in the ass. It's like small parts, and like it's just a pain in the butt. I just don't bother with it. It's kind of the thing with everything. Drop board with first, when in reality you probably can do tofu as a first board was a better call. Oh well, some money wasted in between. Yeah, for sure. I've wasted money buying things in between too, and like I don't think it's a waste if you learn something in the process, you know. You just have your phases. Sometimes it just doesn't fit in your budget. Like people say like, oh, I should have bought like this expensive keyboard first, but when that's all you can see like in front of you, like it's not a bad choice at the time you made those decisions. Yeah, hey Obsidian, what's up buddy? 14 months, holy crap, so fast, time flies. Thank you my friend. How are you today? People were hoping that I would be building the 265 today, but I am not because I haven't finished lubing my switches. Actually, that's actually the reason why I haven't finished lubing switches. Yeah. How are you, buddy? Ticking only bothers me if I can hear it when pressing the center of the spacebar. Yes, exactly. So ticking bothers me if it happens when I'm pressing the parts where I normally press on a spacebar. If it's just me pressing the spacebar like all across the length of the spacebar, but it only happens when I'm touching the edge, right? It's unrealistic because it means in practice it's not gonna happen. So I don't bother then. Yeah, I don't bother with the whole ticking thing. Like I personally, it doesn't bother me as much if it's like a personal board, let's say, and it only happens on a location where I normally don't even press it at all. So yeah, so that's stabs for you. 2021 and we still can't figure it out. It's been like what, 30-40 years of keyboards. Like no, I mean since like parts like these have existed, but we still can't figure out a solution out that just simply works and has no requirements of modifying. Yeah, for some reason no, we don't have that. And apparently like there's been people like who have been quote unquote working on stabs as like research and development, right, for a new product, but have not gotten around to ever releasing anything for a long time, which is also kind of a bummer because you would be excited that there might be a solution that just works, but yeah, no, not quite. We still haven't gotten there. So actually, the reason why I started doing this kind of thing with the tip of the wire thing, I actually kind of learned it by... So I have a Jane V2, and that one was built by Yutzi, and the stabs are great on it, and I haven't touched them, and they're great. And I was like, how the hell do you do this? What's this black magic? And he was like, you need to focus on those two parts. And that's all you really need. It doesn't matter what you use, whether you use dielectric, whether you use like 205, 204, whatever. He was like, just focus on the two sections of the wire and the stabilizer inserts where or like the contact is likely to cause rattle. And so those are the two parts. It's the bend of the wire and the tip of the wire. And so the way I lube my stabs is like I kind of figured it out by myself, because I was just like playing around with it, and I was like, oh, this kind of works, and it just seems to have been working since. So I've been trying to be as consistent as possible with my lubing. Yep. It's like the plug the butt method in reverse. Yeah, it's basically the same, but instead of doing it after the fact, you're doing it before. You're just doing it now so that you don't have to do it later. Or if you do have to do it later, you can simply add the lube, you know, like just a bit of lube afterwards. And yeah. Pine Slit also uses the same tip as TS100. Oh, I don't know what brand that is, but that's interesting. Oh, $24.99 USB-C power, so you can use battery bank with PD. Oh, power delivery. That's pretty cool. 2, procrastinating on lubing switches. Oh, I understand, Obsidian. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Alright, let's hope our stabs work today with no issues. It's always a pain to know that your stabs are not great. I'll prefer not to have to go back on them. But yeah, I definitely do think that stabilizers have sort of become for me, like the way I kind of like have gotten better on them was just out of practice, I think. Out of practice. Yeah. Just have to keep doing it over and over again until it turns out right. Pine makes the Linux nerd versions of every kind of consumer electronics. Interesting. Never heard of them, but it's good to know that there's alternatives that are like that. That's actually really cool. That's actually very nice. I don't know why I put these 5 switches in a separate bag, but whatever. Maybe I put a different colored film on them. Actually, that might be it. Oh yeah, I think that's it. I put a red film instead of a yellow film or whatever. I sometimes do that, but I don't really care whatever the color is. Maybe I'll just put them on one side here. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Probably easier. Alright, let's see. That's a really red build for sure. Yeah, it's all red. It's all red. Gawk enabled me with 20 grams of BDZ. I think it's enough for me until my grandchildren are born. 20 grams is quite a bit, yeah. 20 grams? Wait, 20 grams? Yeah, that's a lot. Alrighty. Let's hope these stabs work fine. Speed build time to go demon time? What? I don't know what I was thinking. Should have gone 20 grams to 205 instead. I mean, you get caught up with new things, and so that's what happens. Ooh, see? Damn, these flex cuts are so crazy. It's like almost like I could cut this plate into a half plate. Yeah. Alright. Let's try it out. Ooh, APL on this. Yeah, I could do that. APL could look good. Wait a sec, this switch is not all the way in. Kind of scratchy sounding, huh? So weird, but backspace stabs tend to always sound a bit worse than the other ones. As long as there's no rattle, it doesn't bother me too much. Because when I'm normally typing, I can't hear it. Alright, that's okay. Yo, Moon, what's up? Jamon? Jamon would look good on this too, yeah? Okay, it's not rattling when I press in my normal spacebar positions. So that's actually pretty good to me. I think this is fine. This backspace definitely sounds a bit worse than it should. But I actually don't think it's too bad in normal use. Yeah, I think it'll be fine once it's in the case. I could touch up on one side though here. So let's actually do that. I don't know why I'm watching this. I don't know anything about keyboards. That's fine. You don't have to know too much about them. I mean, you can learn as you watch as well. You can always ask questions if you would like. Welcome, first of all, Saucy Daniel. And more importantly, yeah, keyboards are cool. Keyboards are fun. So if you're curious about anything, you can ask any question. All right. Sounds alright to me. Alrighty. Also, Dennis, I just saw your message. That's kind of crazy, dude. Wow. Holy crap. That's insane. Oh, also Dennis, you don't have to be sorry about that other thing that you told me about. Because I'm not in a rush either. I was just wondering. I was asking Reagan about it. But yeah. Good luck with the rest of the build. Gotta go now. Sounds good, Jokobo. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm not sure if it's evening for you, but yeah, have a good one. Thank you so much. I don't know anything about keyboards. 6 months ago, I'm in 4 keycaps in group buys. I have 3 boards, lol. Good luck. That's such a real thing though, because I remember when I first got into keyboards, I was like, oh, just to get the one I need and, you know, move on from it. No. That did not happen that way. Look where I am now. I'm like a bunch of keyboards in and artisans and like active in this community like crazy, and like, I don't know. I have friends in this community now, and like, I don't know, it's like a part of my life now. It's kind of crazy though. It's just sometimes when I think back about it, so I'm just like, I can't believe I got into this hobby like this. But in a way, it's fun. I pretty much enjoy it a lot, so like, I don't mind. How much is a bunch of keywords in? Too many. More than a dozen at least. You've most certainly seen more than a dozen keywords in my streams and like whatnot. So yeah, quite a lot. I mean, I've also built a lot of keywords for other people. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like my own keyboards, but I've also like tried other people's keyboards. I've like typed on other people's keyboards. I've gone to meetups. I've like, you know, so it's just like the breadth of the experience is what kind of like makes me feel a bit mind blown. It's just like, oh, like I actually spent all that time and money and, you know, energy to kind of like be in this, and you know, I still enjoy it. I love it. You know, I still love building. I still love interacting with a lot of people in the community that I know. So, you know, I still get excited, like kind of get excited like a kid about certain keyboards. I'm just like, oh my god, I love that, or like I want to check it out so badly, and that kind of stuff. You know, I still get excited about keywords. Like I still get excited about having something coming in the mail. Actually, I'm always excited about that kind of stuff. You know, it's fun. And then like getting to build it, and yeah, it's just good fun. I've counted over 20. Yeah, it's most certainly. I'm like that with other hobbies though. Like I have one decent pen, I'm good with it. Yeah, so actually, Terrence has a good point. I actually am like that with other hobbies. Like for example, I got this audio setup here, is a sheet stack over here, and I'm done. Like I don't get anything else. Same with like, I mean, like headphones and that kind of stuff, right? Same with like, I don't know, random stuff. Like, let me think. Like I'm not into watches. I mean, I love watches, but they're very expensive, like super expensive ones. There's like, you know, very expensive ones out there, and I personally don't really care for them too much because I just know I don't want to spend that money, so I don't. I just have a few that I wear, for like, you know, nice occasions, some that I wear like on a daily basis, or some meaning like 2, and then like 1 nicer one. That's it. That's all I use. Clothes, same thing. I actually don't buy clothes a lot. Yeah, there's like all these other things like where I am much more frugal and like just not as like excited about, I suppose, and I'm very practical about it. But yeah, keyboards is like my main kind of like expensive hobby, quote unquote, and like the hobby where I get excited about like all kinds of different things. Yeah, so it's one of those things. So you just have a main focus, and the rest is kind of like just on a more practical side of things. Let's get soldering. Hey, Ozzy, what's up? Oh my god, I just realized, guys, I forgot to test the PCB, but I think I had tested it beforehand, like a long time ago, but I just don't remember, so I'm actually gonna do that now, just in case. Before I even start soldering anything, I better not be. Better play it safe here. I'm not gonna risk it. Definitely not. Don't want to risk that. So. Yeah. But yeah, good day, Ozzy. How are you? I hope your week's been good thus far. All right, let's test this out. pretty sure I tested it before though. I just don't know when I did. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure it should be fine though. These PCBs all came pre-flashed. Bit under the weather today. Oh, is that so? Why so? Under the weather as in sick? Or under the weather mood-wise? Because I know, I certainly know I have both kinds of days on occasion. Which isn't great, but you know, shit happens. Not sure, mood-wise? I see. Yeah, I have to admit I've recently been pretty stressed out. On a like personal level. Like I've just had some friendship things going on. Some things I've needed to vent about to people about some friends and like things over there shifting. So wait a second, did this not work? Did I plug it in right? Okay, maybe that was a good call. Maybe I had to flash it, so I'm gonna just check QMK first. Hope you have some folks IRL to chat to. Yeah, fortunately I have people to chat to. I also see a therapist, so personally I have good people around me and would argue, which is something that I'm super grateful about. Like, think it's difficult to say that everyone's blessed with that, but I certainly try my best to take care of myself in that way. Let's see, Noxary. Yeah, I do think I need to flash this, but I just can't. Let's see. Where's the... Do I have the hex file? I think I might need to download it, so let's go and check that out. You like whiskey? That's a good way to vent. I do have whiskey, actually. I do like whiskey. I love scotch. I love bourbon. Yeah, no, I love whiskey. I don't buy it often, actually, because I personally don't drink too much by myself. But I do have like a few, you know. Like I do have like a glass of whiskey every so often. Not often, but you know, every so often. It's good. I like it, personally. Actually, let me check something. Wait a sec. Hold on, let me see if I have the hex file. Is it pinned? Is it the same one? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I think I need to add it. Sorry, friends. Give me 1 second. Just trying to figure something out. Okay, I think this should be it then. Whoa. Yo, Jordan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Welcome. How y'all? How y'all doing? Hope you had a good stream. What do you do today? Alright, let's flash this bad boy. Built the second Stellar 65? Oh, dude, fun. That's good. A second one? Is it for yourself too? Your favorite? Mine is Lagavulin 16. Oh, Lagavulin is good. I don't have a favorite really. Actually, over there I have a Glenmore NG and it's really good. I really have been liking that a lot. So I've been enjoying that a lot. I enjoy like Japanese whiskey too, but I don't have a favorite among those either because I actually just don't have a developed taste for it. So yeah. I'll be having whiskey tonight, I suspect. Oh, very nice. I have some 4 rosés in my minibar. Yum yum. Bless your stream. Thank you so much. Friends Stellar, nice. You got a new PCB for the Stellar? No, I actually fixed the first one. Double day. I actually fixed the PCB that it originally came with. So there we go. All right, it's finally showing up on VIA. Here it is. All right. I wonder if I had a saved layout by any chance. I think I did. Alright, I think yeah I did. Let's also map this to full backspace. Let's see. Oh wait. Doesn't have the layout picture, but I assume it's just gonna be. I'm gonna have to test it out. I'm gonna have to test it out. What's this one here? Okay, that's the pipe key. Alright, so we just need to map that one to backspace. Caught a bottle of Yamazaki. Ooh, Yamazaki's good too. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let's see, where's my... Okay. Balvenie quite a bit. Yeah, no, good stuff. Yeah, no, I do enjoy whiskey. I would say like out of the different spirits, like that's the one I like the most. So I also drink. I like tequila as well. But I don't buy it often. I do enjoy it with friends though. Unlike a lot of people's opinions of it, tequila can be also drunk straight and not necessarily cold, and it's very soothing if you get like there's very good tequilas out there, and I enjoy those too, especially after a heavy meal, or just for celebration reasons. But yeah, tequila is also good. I mean, yeah, I enjoy beer, wine, whiskey, and tequila. I think those are my 4 favorite things as far as drinking. I would say that I definitely don't drink wine much, but I think beer, whiskey, and tequila are the 3 things I still do frequent more often. But not on my own as much anymore. I think I normally just drink it in a social setting these days. But yeah. Okay. I'm kind of partial to Baroque for like Scotch. Tequila's underrated, my guy. Most people think it's a tasteless way to get drunk. I really like it, mostly the aged ones. Oh yeah, aged tequila, like añejo stuff, and also like good branded, like well branded, like, you know, nice tequilas with 100% agave and all that stuff. And some of them are actually like more interesting than others. They taste amazing on their own. Also realize that I have a switch with a pin that's bent, so let's just fix that. But yeah, tequila's good. I never drink it with anything else. I like to drink it straight. I like cocktails with it, but it's not a necessity, I would say. Alright, cool. I think that works. Yeah, that works. Alright, cool. Wine is intimidating, like you can enjoy wine, and I do, but getting to wine is an entire new world. Yeah, wine is fun, but yeah, I definitely don't. I don't know. I don't consider myself a connoisseur of any kind of drinks, of beverages in general, but I personally just enjoy them, and so I'm kind of open to trying a lot of things. which is a good thing. Makes me an easier date, so to speak. But I wouldn't be a cheap date in the sense that I don't get drunk too easily either. So it's like, you know, I enjoy drinking to savor all that taste. Yum yum yum. All right, let's get to soldering. Tequila makes me get the runs. Drain late. Good to see you're finally building it for yourself. Yeah, thanks. I would like to try mezcal. Ooh, mezcal is a very interesting. It's a different experience from tequila, I would say. The tastes, the smells, the aromas, and the taste profile can be a bit stronger on mezcal. And some mezcal comes with like, you know, the way it's processed is different from just regular agave tequila, because you can like put like, there's like a worm that processes the drink as well, and like you can have it with the worm sometimes, and there's like different flavored agave, I mean like mezcal as well. You can like mix it with other flavors a lot more. Tequila normally is just left with the agave alone. So no he probado el mezcal, pero me llama mucho la atención. Es una delicia. If any of you ever think of traveling to Mexico, the like sort of like the capital, or like the kind of like the main hub for a lot of mezcal is gonna be the state of Oaxaca, which is all the way down in the southeastern part of Mexico, and there's other things to see there, but it's a very pretty place. I would also argue that going there is very nice to support their tourism over there, because it's definitely not a rich state per se. I mean, Mexico is not a rich country per se, but the state of Oaxaca in particular is defined a lot by its tourism, and so if you go there to support tourism, it's always a good thing. But you know, there's a lot of legitimately good mezcal over there that I would recommend a lot. ¿Recomiéndame mezcal, güey? Deja ver. La neta, ahorita no se me ocurre ninguna marca. Normalmente pruebo el mezcal así como el que sea que salga, que me dicen que está bueno, pero si no lo busco aquí en Nueva York, yo no lo busco. Normalmente en México, o cuando alguien lo trae. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the fan. Face gets really red and hot. For what? Oh, I can't drink alcohol? Asian flush is real for me? Yeah, I mean, Asian flush is essentially like an allergy reaction, so yeah. It's an immune reaction, so some people get it a lot, some people don't. I actually don't get it, personally, which is kind of nice, but yeah, I mean, I definitely don't envy a lot of my friends who do. It can be very uncomfortable, so alright, so should we cover sponsors today? Yeah, why not? We had a turn of the month, which means that we have new group buys running among the different sponsors. Let's just go over them really quick. I'll just go over them in order. First of all, we have Canon Keys. Over on Canon Keys, we currently have the Icky 68 Aurora still, but as far as new group buys go, we currently have the GMK Cyrillic Beige and Cyrillic White on Black. Both are base kits at $120 I believe, and the base kits do not include a num packet. There are like the TKL up to the TKL part, and then all the layouts are smaller to that too. But they look gorgeous. If you haven't checked out GMK Cyrillic Beige or GMK Cyrillic White on Black, the novelty about them is that they actually are going to be double shot legends for the Cyrillic, meaning that it's the same color for the base legend and the sub legend. and they both look awesome. There were many fixes and there are many revisions that were made for the Legends. So if you have been excited about Cyrillic sets before, I really think this is the set to buy this month. I personally am interested in both of them, so I will be taking a look at that towards the end of the group buy period. But yeah, both sets are great and they're currently on canakeys.com. Canakeys also has a bunch of PCBs for other boards like the NC60, and there's practice kits like the Practice 60 and 65, and then hot swap options as well. There's also different switches, lube, stabilizers, and other accessories on Canakeys they can purchase, so check those out. GMK Homeless? GMK Rent? Wait, I actually don't know all the different sets this month, aside from some of the ones that I've been interested in, but I need to take a look. Hey, Courtney! Congrats on partner! Look at that check mark! Holy crap! Yo, congrats! Look at you, fancy check mark person. Now it's like I have a celebrity in chat. How are you though? I hope you're doing well. We can all say we knew her before she got famous. That's true. Don't forget about us just because you're famous now. I know you're here because you're often here actually. And I'm always very grateful for your support and your company. I'm great, almost done with the semester. Pog. Oh my gosh. I am done with the semester, yes. With my school semester. So that's been a relief. Although I still have some other stuff to do, but that's just for my grad program, so like my lab stuff. Other than that though, to be honest, this week I've been pretty stressed out over some personal relationship things, like as in some friend things and just kind of some drama there, and just a few things that I've kind of like been trying to figure out. But other than that, like I've actually been doing pretty well. Like I've been last week I had a lot of free time, got to catch up with a lot of old friends of mine that I hadn't seen in years. Like one of them I hadn't seen in 4 years since her wedding. One of them I hadn't seen for 9 years since I last visited Korea. Another friend, she's in the city, but I don't see her very often, so it's always nice to catch up. Yeah, so it's been a mix of good and bad, I would say. Mix of good and so-so, rather. I wouldn't say it's terrible, because there's a lot of positive things to look from the things that have been happening. But yeah, been doing okay. Waiting to get my second 5G shot so I can as well. Oh, I hope you can boost your signal very soon. When's your next booster? When's your signal booster? Sunday. Ooh. Make sure you don't have too many things planned for Monday or Tuesday because it hits people differently. Just FYI, it hit me after 12 hours after the shot. Some people it never hits them, like nothing happens to them. Some people just get it worse right away. So I don't know. It kind of just differs. But I would say definitely the next day though. Just don't take it easy. Yeah. Anyway, next up we have, let's see, check out Keyspresso.ca if you're in Canada. They have a variety of switches and accessories that you can purchase. I'm not sure if EPBT 6085 is still available, but I believe that was the last group I remember seeing there. Then we have Mint Autumn, who, for Rukia buyers, I'm not sure if the Rukia Round 2 update has been provided yet, but I hope that update is provided soon. Unfortunately, I don't have any particular information about it, so I apologize for that. But I do hope Jax will provide updates on that shortly. Next up, we have Novelties. Over Novelties, we currently still have the Salvation, which has been extended for the group buy. So if you have been on the fence for Salvation, there's a lot of people who have built one, and a lot of people have said great things about it. And personally, I really do think it's a keyboard worth looking at if you're interested in the tray mount system, that they're currently boasting. Something kind of novel, I would say, and also priced pretty well in my opinion. It's $295 US, but offers a lot of versatility for what it is. The case is a pretty case as well. There's various options. I personally think the anodizing came out gorgeous for all the ones that we have seen, like the blue and the red and the silver and the black at least. There's no gray samples unfortunately, but you can imagine that the gray will look pretty nice as well. At least as far as the texture and the smoothness of the anodizing, it looks superb. No particular faults, or flaws rather, on the cases. So I highly recommend checking out the Salvation if you've been on the fence, and if you've been living under a rock the past month, then there's quite a lot of info out there that you can check out to see what it's all about. But do take a look at Salvation, which is also sold on Novelties and also salvin.com if you're in the EU, and there's a bunch of other vendors worldwide. All right, we are pretty much done soldering. Let's just double check. On Novelties right now, we also have GMK Zooted. If you celebrate the tree hugging holiday in the 20th day of April, GMK Zooted might be for you. There's also some cool novelties being made by RamaWorks and Salvin. Check those out. GMK Zooted overall boasts a very subtle green and purple accents, and just overall a green themed set, which I think is going to be a pretty cool set. So yeah, do check out what is available there for the renders from the group by thread, as well as on Novelties' website. It's over at novelties.xyz. Oopsie. Oh, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hit my mic. Sorry. Yeah, so all over on Novelties as well, we have GMK Parcel by BIP, which is a set themed after basically a postal service. So if you're into that white, red, and blue theme, GMK Parcel might be for you. So check that out. We also have other in-stock sets on Novelties, as well as switches, accessories, desk pads, and so on and so forth that you should consider checking out. So go ahead on and check out novelties.xyz. You can use the promo code Thunder to get 5% off for a discount. And I believe in Novelties right now we still have Nono the Duck bundle, exclamation Nono for more information about it. But every purchase of Nono the Duck will provide $10 for the Children's Heart Foundation as a donation. So it's for a good cause as well. So I hope you can consider it if you haven't purchased it. It costs $30 for a desk mat and a nice, cute plush of a duck designed by our friend Soran2202, who was a former moderator of the Teha Types channel. Let's see. You can then head on over to omnitype.com/lightning, where you can check out SA Ramses, as well as a large variety of desk pads that are frequently in stock. There's other accessories such as the Mecha bags, yeah, among other smaller things that they stock every so often. But you know, go check out SA Ramses. If you have been expecting news about GMK Dracula, the good news is that GMK Dracula has finally finished color matching. So if you have been excited about that set, it's finally progressing. If you're not in the group, hopefully you can catch an extra when they come out. Next up, we have Prime Keyboards, primekb.com/lightning, where you can purchase some of my favorite stabilizers, such as the Durock V2 staffs. I actually just purchased like 8 to 10 sets. Wait, was it 8 or 9 sets yesterday? Because I ran out of Durock stabs. So I purchased a bunch of stabs. There's also alpaca switches and cobalt palms, which restock every so often. Desk keys films, which I believe are out of stock currently, but the restock is coming soon. There's also other accessories over on primekb.com for you to check out, like Lube Station and switch openers, among other cool little trinkets for keyboards, related to keyboards. So go ahead and check that out if you're curious. Next up, we have Project Keyboard. Currently, no group buys are running on Project Keyboard, so not much news there right now. You can then head on over to Salvin.com. Salvin in Europe, in Belgium, CNC machinist, and also an active community member. Wait, I'm building when keyless, am I not? I'm an idiot, am I not? I am an idiot. I soldered 2 extra switches for no reason. Okay, well, good to know. Too distracted with the sponsor segment, eh? Alright, let's just desolder these right away. It happens to the best of us. It's okay though, desoldering this is so easy. Actually gotta redo that one. Anyway. And then, so on Salvin.com we have the Salvation. We also have Welbatech PCBs in stock. And we will also have red linear switches, as well as Salvin apparel in stock. You can check out. And then finally on spaceholdings.net, or Space Cables, we have GMK Deepwell, which currently is on group buy until the 30th of this month. We also have cable collaborations as usual, some desk pads in stock, as well as loop stations, and I believe XHT BDZ. I'm not sure if the restock is up yet, but if it hasn't been restocked, you will see it soon. Yep. Not the only streamer I've seen make a mistake today. I mean, this is my board after all, so it's really not a problem. Also normally there's not an issue with things like these. So, there we go. We're done. I only remembered because I pressed the control key, or the left corner key here, and I was like, it presses Win key, like it presses the Windows key, and I was like, wait, when I program that there, it means it's Win keyless. So I was like, oh, that must be why. If you want to see mistakes, just come by my place most days when I'm taking photos. Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah, we all make mistakes all the time. Yeah, it's just that we don't always show them in action or in camera. But it happens all the time, whatever. It's all good. Alright, we can close this now. Alright, let's okay, so here comes the difficult part of the stream, which is putting everything together. I remember I struggled a bit last time, so I'm pretty sure I'll struggle today because it's been a while as well. I also need to look for my toothpicks so I can put the toothpicks on this thing. For those who don't know what Toothpick Mod is basically when you have clip-in stabilizers and you basically put these little toothpicks in between the clips and chop it off so that you are preventing the clips from getting dislodged or unclipping themselves when you're pulling keycaps from them, from the stabilizers. So that's how it works. I've seen the double gummy is pretty hard. Yeah, it's a bit intricate for sure. I don't think it might be this too hard this time around because I've done it before, but still, it's always worth. I'm gonna review the materials that I had from last time, then we'll go over it. Okay. What? Did I miss anything? What did I miss? I thought I mentioned everything. Anyway, let's try this. So, the way this works, let me go and look at the. I have a notepad here with some notes on how to assemble the Vulcan. So let's take a quick look at that. Let's see. So, okay, we put the thin gasket in first. Okay, in the big case. All right, so let's disassemble this first. So this is a screwless, from the outside. So you can, to disassemble the case, you just go from the top here, take off these screws. I only noticed because I've been staring at the RGB on your board. I did mention space cables just earlier though. Oh, but I guess, I mean, yeah, I mentioned space cables. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention the Stellar. Is it still in stock? I actually think the Stellar 65 might be still in stock, but I think the 12 might have gone out of stock. I can double check the links though. I just don't have the links handy right away. Do exclamation Stellar, I think, has the links to them. Yeah, there we go. So let's take a quick look. I think they're closed now. Okay, so it looks like they reached their. I suppose they reached their quota for the sales for both the Stellar 65 and the 12. Cool. But I'm sure there will be more Stellar kits. So if you missed out on the Stellar kit for this time around, there definitely will be more opportunities in the future. Hey, Mr. Mar, how you doing? Howdy, howdy. Alright, so this is out. Here's all my screws. Let's put them in this thing because oh, it's garbage. Let's put them over here. Alright, so the first step I need to follow. Got a chance to watch Mugen Train? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Alright, thin gasket goes in first. So you're just supposed to slot in the thin gasket here at the top piece, just all the way around. But no, I have not watched Demon Slayer's movie, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I guess at some point I will. Okay, I believe I just need to do all except for one corner. Maybe I'll just skip the right corner here. All right, so that's it. Thin gasket first, and then I believe I can just push this assembly in first, just for now. Okay, that's pretty good. Then thick gasket, we put it in, start at one corner, and then work the way around. Okay, let's try this.
kind of wonder if I should have used a screw instead there. Whoops. Okay, well, I hope it's not. I hope it's not a deal breaker. Okay, work all the way around. Use a spudger to put the gasket past the post in between the PCB and plate. Okay. Alright, so let's see, how does this work? Is this how? Where's my spudger? It's good, but not as good as Heaven's Field Part 3. I mean, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat Heaven's Field Part 3 when there's a whole trilogy and like this whole lore around it. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Make sure the gasket is pushed up against the sides of the case. Use a spudger so the screws can fit. Once in place, leave the top gasket as is. Put top piece on the bottom piece from above. Use the spudger to put the gasket around it. Taps in the perimeter of the case. Oh, okay, so like this one at the end. Okay. Hey, Temptation, how are you doing? All right, I think. Let's see. I believe we should be fine now. And then I just need to put this one in after. Just need to make sure that this is in here. Okay, I think that will be the last one I put in. So, alright. Let's put the daughter board on first. Daughter board. Screws. But yeah, let's see. Screws on. I have goosebumps the whole time when I was watching Heaven's Field Part 3. The whole time? I mean, it was good. But I don't know, goosebumps the whole time though? I thought it was just good. The animation was so good too. And the story is also like, yeah, it's very good. It's very, very good. For like compared to the rest of like the Fate series stuff, it's just very, very, very good. Alright, I imagine I should plug this in anyway. Just channel it through. Alright, so now comes the tricky part, is putting the screws in. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. Alright, so and it goes right, and then let's do the other side. This whole thing looks a little tricky. It is tricky. It is a bit tricky. It is a little tricky. Well, let's see. Let's do this first here. it? Wait, nope, it has not. Maybe I should have put the screw on first, but I'm an idiot, so I didn't. I think I'm an idiot and I didn't first, but maybe I should have. Yeah, I think I should have, but whatever. We can figure it out. Okay, no. We're taking it out. I think I have to put the screws in first, probably. I like it. Yo, Obsidian, thanks for the gift sub. For Mar. Alright, that's not screwed in anyway, so let's take this out and this one out. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, hold up. It's been a while since I did this. Let me just look at the restores I have here. Let's see. Load up, please. All right. Okay. Okay, he put the gasket on. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, I got confused. Alright, so let's do that first. So let's use the spudger and push it in first. Make sure the assembly is going to be in place first of all. Okay, so I could probably push this out a little bit. Okay, then this one too. Okay, there it is. It's all the way in, which makes it nice and steady there. And now I just need to put these guys in. So, okay. A long time ago, I worked at an Apple store. I would find spudgers in the laundry all the time. Yeah. I had a lot of these before as well, because I would work with like small electronics too. Oops. All right. So, and then he just put the screws in from above. Okay. All right. Then the screws went in from above. So let's try that. Plug this in. It shouldn't close fully. Okay, that's good. And let's try this. I feel like I'm missing here. Yep. There's a goddamn pillar here. I should just put in the screws first. Actually, that's what I should do. I want a PC set so bad. What do you mean a Oh, polycarb set. I see. I was like, not sure what you're trying to say, but I get it. Polycarb? Yeah, polycarb boards are pretty nice for sure. Oopsie. Oh. How did he put it? How did I put it together last time? I just don't even remember how you put it together last time. But I put it together last time somehow, which was intriguing as it is. Okay. All right, never mind. I take back what I said. I can do this easily. Much more easily like this. Okay, just need to get that out of the way. Is like, okay, there we go. Small screw towards the bottom. What is my first polycarb board? Ooh, my first polycarb board. Let me think about it. Actually, I don't remember. First polycarb board that I had or that I built. Oopsie. I think my first. I actually don't remember. Was it? Maybe it was a 910? Because that was. I think that might have been the first polycarb board that came out in the custom scene. Like that was like. Yeah, I think it might have been the polycarb 910. I think that might have been my first polycarb board. It was either that one or something else, but I just don't remember what it might have been. But I think it might have been the 910 at the time. Like I think that was what was new at the time, so that was what I don't think there were many polycarb cases even at the time, so Yeah, like the MXSS and the MXSS by what's his name, MX Blue, and that and the Polycarb 910, the 910 RE were the first two Polycarb custom kits that I remember seeing in the scene, kind of like being popular and stuff. And then a bunch of other things came up around the same time, but I'm pretty sure those two were like particularly popular. And then and of course the MXSS took quite some time to ship, basically. Yeah, so alright, and then these last two screws I can just do afterwards, I think. So let's just put this in. Yo, Bare Necessities. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Thank you, thank you. Ah! Oh no. Oh my fucking, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Come on, come up. Oh, there we go. Yay. Jesus. And we're pretty much done now. Yay. Okay, let's see if I haven't tightened any screws here. Let's check with my spudger here if I haven't done anything. Oh, I might have tightened that one too much. So let's... All right, I think we're done. All right, cool. Awesome. Phew, broke a sweat doing that. Is this your own Vulcan Pro? Yes, it is. I think we can't hear alert sounds today. Oh, really? That's weird. I don't know why. Alert box is on, but I'm gonna do a test alert sound or something. You can't hear that? Huh. I can hear it, but you can't, you're saying. Nope. Huh. I wonder why. Let me check the volume mixer. Maybe it's from the sound settings on the from Streamlabs. It's not going through the right output, probably. Most likely. Let's see, device, no, app volume, Streamlabs, it's not there, no, OBS, yeah, I'll put it through the main output. Okay. Oh, maybe is that why? Alright, let me give this a shot one more time. Can you hear that? No? Huh. I don't know. Weird. Maybe it's a bug. There we go. Oh, okay. Huh. That's weird. Okay. I think I know what it was, but it's a very weird thing. I just remember I have one more screw to put in here, but it should do fine without it. But still, I'm just gonna put it in anyway. All right. I heard that one. Okay, good. Good. All right. So, for those who don't understand how this works, though, basically there are two O-rings. Okay, there is one O-ring that is basically right by the frame here, so it essentially is cushioning the plate from above, right? So it's cushioning the plate from the top, between the top case and the plate, right? There's like these tabs, right? And then the thicker O-ring, which goes underneath it, or rather, it's quote unquote underneath, but it's really between the PCB and the plate. That one's gonna sit on the pillars on the bottom case. So basically, the two O-rings are actually sandwiching the plate. So it's a two O-ring sandwich, essentially. Two O-ring sandwich is kind of how I would explain the way the Vulcan Pro works. One O-ring dampens it from the top part of the case, one O-ring dampens it from the bottom part of the case, and then the screws just hold all that together. Does that kind of make sense? So it's not like super like crazy like flexy or whatever here, for example. Like, yeah, I definitely cannot tell like a crazy amount of like flex or whatever, but it definitely feels a little softer, right? Maybe, I mean, I hope I did the assembly right, but at least that's my understanding of it currently. But it doesn't look different from what I did last time, so yeah. Well, I mean, I can double check. Yeah, no, the ring is here still, so should work fine. So yeah, I mean, I wish I is there a way to show you? Okay, yeah, maybe there's a way to show you this. So can you guys see the O-ring right there? There's an O-ring right here. Right here, between the plate and this top part. There's an O-ring right there. Like, basically there's a slight gap between, which is actually the O-ring. There's a thin O-ring sandwiching the plate and the top. And then, oh god. Yeah, there we go. And then if you look kind of through the hole, you can see the screw hole, but there actually is a thick O-ring right here next to the screw. And so that one's gonna be basically sitting on top of the pillars. Actually, you can see that thick O-ring right here. It's covering the screw, but it's right there. So that one's gonna be basically sitting on top of the bottom case pillar and between the plate. So basically, top O-ring is sandwiching from the top of the plate, and then the thick O-ring is sandwiching from the bottom of the plate, meaning it's just like an O-ring sandwich. Yeah. Is the gold from the switch film? Yeah. The yellow is from the switch film. It's the red. It's because the housing is like translucent red, and the switch is kind of, I mean, the switch film is yellow, so it kind of appears a little goldish or like orange-ish. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Looks cool. Yeah. All right, what key set are we gonna put on this? Let's see. I have my key sets pop up on the left here. Which actually some of these sets might not be available because I've shifted some things around. But yeah, like for example, I think Striker's not available. I think Alter's not available. But yeah, there's some sets here. So if 10 Peaches is still here, you can do the thing. I'm not sure if you've already done it, so I need to check. APL, Burgundy, yeah, those are all good options. So I definitely thought of all of those. So I'm gonna put a few of them up. Let's say, give it 2 minutes, and just gonna check the chat. APL, Burgundy. So which key sets? I think someone said Jamon before too. So APL, Burgundy, Jamon,
Dark? We could try dark, yeah. Dark. And then I'll say like either, I mean that's beige, burgundy, I'll say the last one could probably be, huh, there's, yeah, I think there's not much really. Black on white? Probably. White on black? White on black maybe? Yeah, I think that's probably it. Don't have too many here. Okay. Yeah, these are fine. So, I mean, if we had like red alert, that would be pretty nice too. Kuroshiro? Okay, sure. Kuroshiro slash, or like, you know, black on white. Alright, let's start the poll for 2 minutes. Go ahead and vote. Your votes. Alright. Vote, 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 please. Alright. I think Jamon's a pretty good set to put on this too. Should look pretty good on this Jamon. Kind of a darker. I mean, I think Jamon does have a bit of a tint to it, but it goes well with dark. I mean, like red cases. Yeah. For example, APL is also a good option if you're like into more neutral colors. Someone asked if I have tried the Aqua Kings, but I haven't. Anima Plays, I haven't bought any of the Aqua King switches. Those are the ones with the fully transparent housing, right? I heard they're just like regular JWKs. But no, I haven't tried those. Since you ask. I always thought Jamon was a weird name. I don't want to type on meat, thanks. I mean, you know. That's funny. Insert gabagool joke. Anyway, Aqua King factory lubing is what is selling it for a lot of people, however mine a bit sticky. Huh, interesting. Didn't know that. And that being said, do you have Crimson Cadet? Crimson Cadet. Yeah, that's one set I don't have. Kimchi Jody boy. I slept on it / I was gonna buy extras, but I also lost that extra first come first game. So, GG. You tried. So yeah, I didn't get Crimson Cadet because I don't want to buy it aftermarket either. Kind of expensive. So yeah, unfortunately not. I don't have one. Okay, let's go with Jamon. I'm here to ruin the night. Oh, I'm ready for it. GMK meat. GMK, fresh meat. For those of you who might... I'm a huge fan of the Diablo franchise, and I am super excited for the new Diablo games. Both Diablo 2 Resurrected and Diablo 4.
They're probably the two games I'm most looking forward to playing right now. I'm beyond excited for those games. So, yeah. I've been playing Alpha of Immortal? Huh, really? What's your favorite keycap set of all time? My favorite keycap set of all time? Probably like the same as CRP Peacock, which is G81 3000 SAT. It's like that beige set with the blue sub-legends, like German and Czech sub-legends. That one looks really, really good. I really like that set a lot. That's probably one of my favorite ones. I have other ones I like a lot. Let me see, like, what else do I like plenty? I like Honeywell quite a lot. I like original Hyperfuse or Hyperfuse Origins also I like a lot. Dolch, of course, GMK Dolch is a classic. White on Black is always like a classic, and it's like I could call like my favorite, but at the same time it's like such a like basic palette that like it kind of like it's a bit like cheating to say that, but I mean it's good. Yeah, it goes with everything, of course. But yeah, I think those are my like top mentions at least. You have a phone, right? I mean I do, yeah. I'm going to sink a lot of time into D2. Yo, if you do, you should let me know and we should play together. We can do battle runs for days. Yeah. You know it to be Handerbite? No, Handerbite is actually a set that I thought I was not gonna like for a while, so I only happened to like it after I saw it in person. Bars or scoops today? Kind of feeling scoops, but bars are fine too. Scoops or bars? Kind of feeling like scoops today. My heart says scoops today. Feeling scoops. Do we use the black accents? Specifically the black or dark gray enter key? I haven't opened that actually because I don't think I ever used it before. I only use all the red stuff. Both? Oh, both the scoop and the... Yo, Jamon looks really good in this on this board actually. Damn. Didn't realize I was gonna like it that much here, but it looks really good. Okay, so let's see. Accents and novelties we need to decide. So there is... Ooh, is this rubbing? Ooh, where is it rubbing? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. The case is slightly offset. Okay, cool. So let's see. Novelties. Do I use the bacon? Do I use the whatever this thing's called? This is like a leg. Do we use the piggy? Should we do symmetrical so it's like single color boards seem to be popping more than usual? It's nice. The Pata Negra sets. Wait, I thought I had Pata Negra. Wait, is this? Oh, isn't this Pata Negra? But was there more to Pata Negra than this? I actually don't remember. I think this was it. I think this was all of Pata Negra, so. Not vegan friendly? Yeah, this is not vegan friendly. What? These are not pigs? These are pigs! These are not pigs? Oh, is it focusing? Focus, yeah, these are pigs, man. Piggies. Piggies for alt. Do we use bacon or the jamon thingy like this? They're like low-key elephants, I guess. Oh, bacon for control. Okay, bacon for control. Let's do bacon. I do like bacon more than regular jamon. So yeah, fuck yeah. Bacon's the best. Bacon's amazing. Alright, so, and then the enter key, do we go for black or white? I think I like the black one a little more for this one. I don't know. I think the darker, it kind of suits it a little better. Where's my knife? Where's my knife? Where did I put my knife? Whatever, I'm just gonna open it using this. Alright. Yeah. Ooh. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Black for sleek and white for pop. Oh yeah, that's a good way to see it. I like. Ooh, this looks good. I am very excited about this. Yeah, boy. Alright. Black and white artisan. Black escape. Let's see what we have here. I don't know what I have over here, so we'll see. Oh, there's a good option, I think. But it's not black, it's actually a red. Let me see. So, there's a bunch of options here. Let me open this up. GMK Jamon wasn't dropped? Yeah, the first run of the only run rather, at least so far, of GMK Jamon was on drop.com. Wait, can you see? Oh, I zoomed in too far. All right, there we go. I think this one look really good. This air fans. What are the keycaps? Is GMK Jamon, Mr. Mac Player 07. This would look good on this, I think, in my opinion. But it's red. It's not black. This look good, kind of cool. Paranoid Oak. Oh, this is a good one too. This Cthulhu. It wasn't like super popular. Yeah, it wasn't super popular either. Yeah, that is correct. This one's also neat. It's like a like Santa themed F face. And then I guess the Lube is also good, but very Christmassy. This is also very Christmassy. Yeah, these are all good colors, but yeah, I think those work really well. And then there's like black ones too that could work too. The first one, this one, Deadpool. All right, let's do it. Okay, that looks good. All right, cool. Let's just go for it. Trust our gut here. Decent amount of sets sold though, considering. Yeah. There are a decent number of Jamon sets out there for sure. Oh, that looks pretty nice. Maybe I'll plug in the black cable, or gray, I guess. All right, let's pop open the typing test. Oh, it's too small. That's a sexy looking rectangle. As sexy as you? I don't think so. All right. Whenever I see a Winkila 60, just reminds me of Rogue. That means you're that much excited for Rogue, right? Literally 80 of 90 of GMK sets running will have decent numbers sold due to sheer size of Meki's community now. Yeah, but Jamon actually ran before it kind of exploded as much. was like just right before the big explosion since like COVID and stuff. But then again, there have been many expansions in the community, kind of like since pretty much I've entered in the community. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a casual growth in the community, I would say. That's like has had its like big steps every year or every so often. All right, let's see. All right, cool. So we have Gateron inks today on an aluminum plate. So this is a Vulcan Pro by Noxary. It has Gateron ink switches, lube with 205 grade 0, and with TX switch films. Alright, here we go, friends. Sounds so woody. What stabs? These are cherry clip-ins. Cherry clip-ins. It sounds like a keyboard though. Oh yeah, Drew, did you see that I added a Peepo Pog? Very much like oak. This is like it's like you have some jamon serrano and you put it on a nice wooden, nice wooden board. It's like charcuterie, right? It's that kind of wood. Maybe like a little bit of oak or maple. I don't know. Very woody. But yeah, it definitely sounds like inks, right? Definitely has a very characteristic ink switch. Sounds like mahogany. All right, let's just give it one more shot. Huh? Was this a $200 board? No. It was like, I mean, I think even like if it was privately run, it was probably like closer to like a normal like custom like 60%. I think it was probably like 400 or 500 probably. Yeah. Probably like 400 or 500 for this because it's 2-piece plate PCB. Yeah, and then it was like a small batch run. But yeah, probably like 400 or 500 if I recall. All right, these are the mods. Right shift sounds maybe slightly hollow. Yeah, it does. Slightly. Is this switch unlubed or something? I hope not. I hope I didn't accidentally mix in an unlubed switch, but I don't think so. I can double check. No, this switch is lubed. Yeah, this switch is lubed. Yeah, it sounds slightly hollow there for sure. But maybe it's because just the position? I don't know. But it's not that bad. Like, in person, it doesn't sound like hollow per se. It just sounds like slightly just like lighter. That's about it. Sounds a bit muted, but very nice. Yeah. I think these switches are also kind of lubed a little more, maybe a little more heavily than I'm used to, because I normally lube with like Tribus 3204, but these are lubed with 205. How's it bounce? It's actually not very not very pronounced. Moon. It's actually not very pronounced. It's actually kind of on the stiffer end of things. I would say like if I used a different material plate, it might be actually much more pronounced than this. I also think that maybe the thick O-ring is a bit kind of like very thick and also kind of like more rigid. So I think that might attribute to it. But overall, it's kind of like, it reminds me a bit of the Ogre, actually. Although the Ogre has a bit more of a less muted sound. I mean, maybe it's the inks too. But I like the sound of this though. I think one thing I can say is I like the sound of this board. How would you compare with Ogre and Unicorn? So out of Ogre, Unicorn, and let's say Vulcan Pro, for example, I would say that the Unicorn actually has a bit more like bounce to it because of the way the like I really do think that the case kind of allows a bit more of that. Maybe it's the like size of the pillars. I'm not sure like the specifics because I haven't like taken the calipers to measure it or anything like that. But I think like on the Unicorn, I tend to feel a little bit more of the bounce. But it doesn't mean any of those boards have. It doesn't mean at all that any of those boards have like have a lack of softness. They're actually none of the three are like rigid. People who have tried the Ogre have also said that they found it to be feeling a bit more rigid, but soft enough to type on, but rigid if you like actually try to press hard on it or something, which is actually not the point, right? Like when you type on it, you don't actually type that much harder. And so I would say the Ogre and the Vulcan Pro in this case feel a bit stiffer because of, yeah, there isn't any top compression in the O-ring on the Unicorn. Yeah, that is also true. So a bit tighter feeling and a bit tighter sounding also. on both the Ogre and the Vulcan Pro. So the Vulcan Pro and the Ogre are quite similar to each other. I think the Ogre is actually... Is the Ogre lower than this? The front height of the Noxary board though is super low. Okay, like not that it matters too much, but the front part you can see it's like super low. Like you can see most of that like bottom row over there. Is it focusing even? Hello? Hello? Okay. But yeah, pretty thin at the front. Definitely there's a simplicity to Noxary boards that looks very nice. It's just a nice wedge. You know, nice wedge for Noxary boards. I'm gonna move the mic. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so I think both the Ogre. I mean, I could bring the Ogre here. So give me 1 sec. So like yeah, so here is the Vulcan Pro, and here's the Ogre. They're actually quite similar to each other, aesthetic wise and like feature wise. Wait, is this better? They're actually like about the same. Like, are they the same dimensions? Even like they're very close though. Like, okay, the Ogre is definitely a bit a lower angle. First of all, they're very low angle. Both of them use the same bump ons, which is why they also look similar there. It's slightly steeper on the Vulcan, maybe like a degree or two. But this is how they look from the bottom. Oh wait, that's not the front. This is the front of the two of them. And the back side, you know, so the Ogre is a bit lower, and so the it's a bit tighter actually, and so the USB port sits lower than the Vulcans. So that's another thing. Yeah, I would say in the Vulcan you actually don't have a parallel, like it's not parallel to the desk. If you can see, like this back portion is gonna stick out in this direction, right? The USB port, so it's not parallel. Whereas in the Ogre, it's so low in the case that it actually sits pretty much like as close as parallel to the desk. It sits like there, like the cable's right there. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. But yeah, these are the two boards, like 260s that you compare. They sound very different because of the switches here are very different from the switches here. Both use aluminum plate. But yeah. Vulcan USB kind of reminds you of the USB cable exits on newer Zoe mice. I like the more circular type USB. Oh, like this? You like this type USB more? Or actually, no, more circular. Oh yeah, okay. The Ogre's is more circular. The Ogre's has a bit more circular contour, which I think is basically like, it's essentially like concentric, I guess, sort of. I mean, like, you know, the same, but like larger axes for this port. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. So yeah, they compare to each other pretty closely. Slightly different, but not too much. I mean, the way they work for a system is different. The Ogre has slightly less like more uneven bezels. You can see it's a very thin bezel on the side and a thicker bezel at the top and bottom. Whereas on the Vulcan Pro, it's still not the same bezel all around, but it's still slightly thinner here, but less thick than on the Ogre. The Ogre is also sharper. The Vulcan Pro is more rounded as a case. The Ogre is definitely sharper. Yeah. Over typing is very comfy. Vulcan Pro wouldn't be any less uncomfortable because it's very, very close. Is this one jazz song again? Da 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 da. The one jazz song. Sorry, I laugh because it's true, and it's also just very funny. It's just funny. All right, so here's the board anyway, up close. I swear I have PTSD from this. It's okay, you don't have to watch. I mean, I know you're asking me to change it, but it's even like encouraging me to not. Just kidding. I'm not that mean. Maybe I will. I like them though. I like these songs. Yeah, so this is Vulcan Pro. And here's a port. Front. Sides. There's nothing wrong with it. I know. I just think it's funny though. Oh, show us a Zon ledge. Hello, yo, Chu. How are you doing? Vulcan Pro sold it. Thank you, lolsex. Wait, there's 2 parties? Thank you, lolsex, for the free 7V. Wait, lols, do you give out a free 7V and I missed it? Did I miss a 7V? Yo, Chu and lols, thank you so much for the raid. Y'all too. I hope y'all are doing well. Actually, wait, Chu, I'm gonna give you. There. But yeah, here's Vulcan Pro. He gave away free 7Vs, plural. Wow, baller. Is this what working in finance does? Damn, should have worked in finance myself. But yeah. Oop. Sandy was the only one who could win? Oh, I see. What do you do, Diego? I'm a PhD student. I'm a grad student. I'm a poor, suffering graduate student who works in a lab. Yeah, slaving away at the whim of academics. Well, I mean, I chose the path, so it's my own career. What am I studying? I mean, oh, cool. Oh, very cool. I do biomedical engineering. I specifically work in medical imaging. So we work with clinical studies. We do clinical studies, and like characterization studies for a lot of different kinds of tissue. You do computer vision? Yeah, we do we do deep learning. We do compressed sensing. We do computer vision stuff like image processing, a lot of that. Yeah. We do a lot of that kind of stuff. So like digital image processing, like you could say it's like kind of like my main part of the field. Clinical outcomes, very cool. Anyway, that's like what I do. You're the second streamer that does biomed? Huh. Cool. But yeah, I guess since there's all these raiders, I guess I should probably type on this because people are here to listen to it instead of just me saying I'm gonna go. So maybe I'll do that and I can go afterwards, right? I should at least be nice. Alright. Alright, let's listen to the typing of this. Alrighty. I mean, I don't want to be rude. There's like, how many people came in just now? Like 100 and 33. That's like double my viewership. So let's give it a shot. All right, here you go, my friends. I hope you enjoy the typing sounds. $131. Every typing test getting a little better. It feels good. Here's the mods. Are you MD PhD or just PhD? Long story short, I actually used to be MD PhD, but I'm only PhD now. I dropped the MD not long ago. Yeah. So I kind of spent some years doing MD stuff, but yeah, I don't do it anymore. Yeah, long story, but yeah, long story, but I basically wasn't cut out for the medical field. So I decided to cut it out of my life before it was too much suffering and pain. Still on the wait list? Oh my gosh. It's stressful. That stuff is stressful. Does kind of sound like typing on pillows? It sounds very nice. I wish you luck though, Chu. I know how it is. I know how that feels. This whole application thing for professional school in general, like whether it's law, med school, or a bunch of things, right? It's a crapshoot. PA school, nursing, like all this stuff. Super, such a crapshoot. All these standardized tests are like 8 hours long or 4 hours long and shit. It's just stupid. It's just really dumb. Yeah. Grad admissions like a key cult raffle, am I right? Yeah. MCAT during COVID? Imagine taking STEP during COVID. I took STEP during COVID. And have to say that threw me off pretty hard. Yeah. That was a little worse than a curveball. But yeah. Wait, why did I not? Where's my arrow keys? Hold up, let me just oh, okay, never mind. Alright. Imagine applying to suffer. That's me. Yeah, we're all in the same camp, so we all understand what's up. But I mean, good to see people who are you know, trying and stuff. I think it's always worth pursuing the path that you think you are that you want to choose. I personally don't regret, even though I spent a few extra years doing med school stuff and ended up not doing it professionally. I don't regret the few years I spent. At least for me, of course, I didn't have to end up in debt. Didn't have to end up in debt for being in school, but I still don't regret it, because it's like that if I hadn't done it, I would have probably regretted it, right? So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, where it's like you kind of want to try because you have a passion for it, and then when you find out it's not for you, then you just you move on. You know, you move on and you try new things, and you find what's good for you, what you're good at doing. Yeah. So I understand my friends who are in chat. I know how it is. It's honestly a shit show out there. No matter what cycle you're in, what program you're trying to get into, it's a shit show. I understand. Are you an Asian male in CA? Oh. URM, huh? I see. Anyway, so that's what I have for y'all today, and I'm gonna see who's streaming right now. So I don't have anything else really. Oh, I have something. I forgot that I had something to unbox that I can show, but it's not a keyboard, so it's not as exciting. Totally forgot. I got this, and of course you can tell it's a desk mat, and of course you can tell it's from Project Keyboard, so you can probably guess what desk mat it is. But I got it like earlier, and I'm kind of excited for it. Bongo Cats by Hello Caps. That's correct. That is correct. Here we have our Noir Diffraction desk mat. Oh, damn, this looks good. These colors, man. Ho ho! Oh baby, this is lit. Look at that. How much did this cost? $17 plus shipping, which for me is like $8 shipping. So it's like 25 bucks total. This is clean. Look at this. Maybe I could put some race car, like RC tracks on here. Yeah. How much do those go in the aftermarket? I have no idea. No idea. I personally don't think buying desk mats in the aftermarket, unless it's like pretty close to retail, like 30 bucks maybe, is I mean, I would pay maybe up to like 35, just because I know that, like, for example, 35 shipped is actually about the same as me buying a desk mat if I'm buying it from California. So if I ask like Mekibo or TX Keyboards to ship from, they're in Irvine, I think, right? If they ship from Irvine to New York, it actually is like, they sell their desk mats for like 20, I think, and I think their shipping is like $13.50. So it's actually like 35 bucks total. So yeah, so I think up to like 35 bucks or like, you know, ish is okay for desk mat. But any more than that, I feel like I'll just wait for the next desk mat design. There's so many desk mats out there, so not quite worth. Anyway. Oh, and how much do the... Oh, yo, Gerald, what's up, buddy? But yeah, these are the artisans. What number is 2 made desk mats? If you look at my closet, maybe... Okay, I'll give you an idea of how many is 2 made desk mats. This is 2 made desk mats. This is too many decimats.
Oh, ears? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's too many decimats. When you just put them in the hamper, because it's the easiest way to put them, organize them, that's when you have too many decimats.
How much stuff have you gotten at retail or for free from a sponsor? I would say 95 to 95% of the stuff I have is stuff I bought. So yeah, most stuff is stuff I bought for retail. I've almost never. I try to avoid the aftermarket as much as possible. Stack them while I do a typing test. Yeah. Thanks for color advice on Discord. Oh, no problem. Is this Vulcan yours? Yeah, it is mine. Last time we built one, but it was actually just the assembly, and I put it in my case. But we finally built like my own build. Yeah. Grassroots life be roughing. Yeah. So I actually got into keyboards because it was good timing for me. When I got into keyboards, I had been doing a side gig. I had been doing like photography stuff and a few other things, and so I actually had like money saved from a different hobby, and I came into keyboards with like a buffer. So when I got into keyboards, I didn't have any issues. And then at the time I was also working full time, so I actually did not go from school directly to grad school. For example, I actually worked for some time. So yeah, it was a different situation when I first came into keyboards. I actually accumulated a lot of my stuff in the first 2 years in keyboards, and then it tapered off really dramatically. Like as far as like how much stuff I would get. A lot of the stuff I have right now is stuff that I've gotten over the years, but it's also like a lot of that stuff came in the first 2 years when I had a lot of that buffer room, a lot of that buffer for to get stuff. So yeah. How long have you been in the hobby? I've been in the hobby for like 4 years now. I think. Wait, hold on. 26. So 4.5 years now, actually. 4.5 years now. I've been in the hobby for 4.5 years. Diego, do you still have that QFR? No, I don't have my. I don't have my quickfire like ultimate. I think. He's old enough to go for the Jane raffles. I did not win 2 TGR sales until 3 TGR sales until I eventually got one. First come, first serve. So yeah. Gap year with salary, remote research job, and no rent to pay. Yeah, it's just, it's hard. All that gap year stuff. No, so Sam has never done a raffle. It's always been first come, first serve. TGR has always been first come, first serve. And it's fucking brutal. Like it ends within the minute. So like you find out and you're like, okay, I guess you just move on. I remember the one that I was super like salty about was the 910 CE. I was so salty about that one. I was just like, I missed it by like 2 people in the list. Just didn't get it. Yeah, V2C was a 2-second window because of the whole Google form issue. Basically, people had pre-filled forms, and then people just had to submit, like hit the submit button within those 2 seconds, basically. But yeah, that was why. Basically, what happens? Google Forms crashed because of the traffic, and then when he like put it back up, like he postponed the time like 30 minutes or whatever, people already had pre-filled forms ready, like cached, and then so all they had to do was press the submit button at the end when the time was ready to open. But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of the what it was back then. I got into Alice and Jane, V2 and V2C. I got into those 3 like fair and square, first come first serve. Even the 2-second one I got like lucky. and like managed to like cut it in, like, you know, cut my way through the savagery. Do you have all these boards? Yeah, I do. Yeah, they're over there. Yeah. All right. Typing without keycaps. Collectible for life. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, collectible is all good. I personally, you know, don't do it because it's like an investment or whatever. I like the boards, so I keep them. But yeah, you could definitely argue that they're, at this point, it's like you could say it's an investment or whatever. You know, you could call it whatever you want. But yeah, at this point, it's like 2 Ken followers in a row. Oh yeah, Kenny's Turtle and Ken's Keeps. Thanks for the follow, guys. Dealing with public buys in 2021? Yeah, couldn't be me, right? It's not fun. All right, let's go check who's streaming. I'm basically done today though. We've been streaming for like 3 hours now, so. Did I miss a sound test? You did. I mean, I can do something quick while I look up something. All right, I'll just do it without the typing test on, so I'll just, okay. Sounds like something's like slapping. Alright, that's it. That's all I got. Wait, what the fuck is this shit? Whoops. Alright. Yeah, so, oh, Chew, yo, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 subs. You don't have to do that. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you. Alright, so let's see. So Tim Keyless is streaming. Max, oh, he's playing Apex. Okay. Tim Keyless, Max, and what is he up to? CG Buin is also streaming. He's building a K-Mac Happy. Tim is doing I think he's talking about SP stars or something. He's lubing SP stars maybe? I'm not sure. I think so. So yeah, I think it's either Tim or CG Buin, I think. Yeah. Tim Keyless. Yeah, so it's either of those two. Do you want to see a keyboard or do you want to see Lube stream? Alright, let's go rate Mr. I want to see this mechanism built with Hiroses. Okay. Sound expensive? It does sound very expensive. Alright, let's rate Mr. CG Buin. We haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in a while. He's occasionally stops by stream, so I think we should go and rate him. Alright. Let's go rate Mr. CG Buin. Thank you everybody for stopping by today. I will have more boards to build soon. I actually have other personal builds I need to do. Well, the other one that we did not build today, the Nunu. And I also have some other client boards coming in, so, and that I'm like currently lubing for. So we'll see those very shortly. But this summer is gonna be quite a lot of cool keyboard stuff. So if you're excited about that, please join next time. Just don't forget to join me on my socials, which are listed right there in chat: YouTube, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. And then, you know, whenever you see that notification on Twitch, come and join. There's also my Discord server where there are opt-in and opt-out pings that you can use for sponsor-related stuff, as well as live messages, like live pings for the stream. So, anyway, that's all I have. Heroes and Nixie Housing's Ultimate Snake Oil. Definitely seen that before somewhere. Oh, I think it was like in one of those like OTD builds from one of like the Chinese collectors. But yeah. Cheers for the 60 for I mean stream. No problem, cheers. Alright, thank you everybody. Let's go raid. And I don't have a raid message today, so just have a good night. Have a good time over there. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.